I'm back with a video. Lately I have not been posting my videos when I film them, but I do want to post this one likely within this, at least within a few days of me recording it. But I just finished meditating, so I was very much in a flow state. You know, I just could feel my energy very much surrounding me, and it was all very fluid. And often when I meditate and I go within my own imagination, even if I sometimes have a little trouble, when I start to kind of think about what feelings I want and I start to kind of feel those through, I do feel this sense of ease in my stomach that I don't think I feel ever in day-to-day life. It's like this warm ball of light comes into my stomach and just relaxes. Like, I think many of us, myself included, I think I'm walking around with my abdomen very tight, just kind of, clenched like this. But when I go within my imagination and do those things, I don't feel that, because it relaxes. It's true relaxation. It's true peace because I'm within my imagination and I am all that which I desire to be within my imagination. It perhaps may take me time to yield into that. But once I'm able to yield into the feelings I want, I do feel this sense of ease come about. And I was contemplating, I have allergies, so don't mind the sniffling. I was contemplating this power that we have within ourselves. And I was contemplating on this idea of endowment of power. And if you know what endowment is, it's basically bestowing something upon something, giving something a power or a purpose or a meaning. That's really what it means. And we are the endowers of power. We endow power onto things. And the reason I was thinking about this is because I'm sure you can kind of see in my background, but I do have crystals. I do like crystals. But I know that the crystal isn't where the power is. The power is if I'm deciding to endow power upon that crystal and say, this is going to give me peace of mind. This is going to protect me. This is going to raise my energy. That's me giving that thing my power, which you may not agree with. You may say I don't want to give my power to a crystal. You're entitled to that. You don't have to give your power to a crystal. But we are all giving our power to something. Now, when I say I'm giving my power to a crystal, I don't mean I'm not saying that crystal has power over me, or that crystal alone is what this power, it's not a source of power, is what I'm saying. There are no sources of power besides you. You are the source. You're just the source, period. You're the source of power. You're the source of love. You are the source to everything that's happening. Everything in your existence. There's one source, and it's you. So we endow power. There's really nothing powerful in this world. There's really nothing powerful. And again, I'm speaking about the source of power. There really is no inherent power in this world. This world is very much a machine just doing what a machine does, what it's programmed to do. And it's not this machine with the power. The power is you. And I may not be articulating this great, but what I'm trying to say is that we're always giving our power to something. We can give our power to nutrition. We can give our power to religions. We can give our power to crystals. We can give our power to people. We can give our power to anything at all, and say, this is why this is happening. That's why I feel like this. Things can sort of make us want to feel something, right? And I was thinking about this because I definitely am like a sponge. I absorb everything that's happening around me. Someone's in a bad mood, someone's negative, it will rub off on me, whether I want it to or not. And even me saying that, you may say, well, you shouldn't say that, or you shouldn't accept that. And I do try. I should say that I find it difficult to not get emotionally reactive to the world around me. I do struggle with being emotionally reactive, which is just something that we all go through. We all have emotions based on the things that happen to us, the things that are said to us, and it will cause this sort of internal turmoil, or internal good, or internal whatever. But I actually don't have to feel anything. And what I'm saying, I'm not saying that my emotions aren't real. I'm not saying that my emotions aren't valid. I'm not saying that my emotions are something I shouldn't feel. But emotions and feelings are two different things. And I don't know if I've ever talked about that on here, but I do think of them as two separate things. And emotions are fleeting. Emotions come and go. Feelings last. Feelings are, they're states of mind, or they're states, as Edward Art refers to them as states. And feelings are sort of things that we attach to I am. If you say, I am loved, I am unloved, those are two feelings. Those are two states of mind. They're not emotions. There's no emotion. Now, there may be emotions that conjoin with that. There may be emotions that come from that feeling. But at the end of the day, it's not the emotion, it's the feeling that's sticking. And when I say I don't have to have any feeling that I don't want, that means I am solely in control of my own imagination. I am the person within my own imagination who gets to decide everything, who gets to decide how I feel, who gets to decide what I think and feel. That's me. Nobody else has power over me in my life. There is nobody that has power. They can say they have power, they can do everything, but they're not in my imagination. That's only me who can be in there. And with that, I am eternally safe. I have peace available to me infinitely. I have peace available to me at every given second. That being said, I'm not saying it's easy to just not feel your emotions, or to just not experience something that you may be feeling in terms of an emotion. But we must learn that we are endowing power. And I find it interesting because, again, I do speak. I did in my previous recording that I haven't uploaded as of right now. By the time this is uploaded, I'm not sure if that'll come before or after this video. But speaking about something like religion, like traditional religion, where you're basically taught to endow your power upon a god or source that's outside of you, right? That you have no connection to, in terms of you are two separate things, right? That's an endowment of power. That faith, that belief is an endowment of power. And it works for some people. but it's still an endowment of power. And me as a human, just me as a person, me as a soul, I'm very interested in truth. I'm very interested in the core of it all. I'm very interested in what is actually happening. Not something to believe in. I want to know what this actually is. I want to know what actually the truth is. I don't want to have a belief system. I want to know. So I think that is what led me down a path of spirituality, if you want to call it that. I don't know what to call it. It doesn't matter at the end of the day. But I just found a power within myself. And people think of power so externally that to some people this is going to go one ear out the other. And I intend that it finds the right people, all my recordings, but to many, this message could just go one ear out the other, because you think, well, of course, how can you have any power? Look at what, the things that happen in the world. But within yourself, within your life, in your experience, you do have power. And there's nobody that will ever come in and try to convince me I don't, because I know I do. Because I've been able to change my reality too many times. And I didn't go to Oxford. It's just my shirt. Just want to make that clear. Don't want to sell that I went to Oxford. People can tell you anything. You don't have to listen to it. This is a great thing about having an individual mind. It's your mind. It's your mind alone. Edward R. says, I remember he said something like that. Like, it's your mind. And it just is like, whoa. It's like, I realized that was true. That I don't have to have the same thoughts as other people if I don't want to. I don't. I can think whatever I want. And I'm sure if you are watching this, you may be sort of someone who's also interested in the truth of things. And again, the things I speak about are none of them are external things. My recordings, my archive, this is all about internal. This is all internal. So yes, I show my face and my likeness and whatever. This isn't an internal thing. This is not something I, as a human being, go out and do in this world. This is something this is my consciousness, my soul speaking to you. And trying to articulate these thoughts that I have, but we do endow power. We endow power onto everything. And you don't have to. You just don't. I don't like endowing power onto things because I know that I'm still more powerful than that thing. I'm still more powerful than whatever it is. And you are. And we're not talking about this, and again, this isn't in an external way. This isn't in an ego way. Me as a person, I'm more powerful than this. That's not what I'm speaking about. I am speaking about your internal self. That self is more powerful than anything that's happening around you. Because you don't have to take any of it with you. It doesn't have to come home with you. And it's hard. I'm not going to say it's not. Sometimes it's hard for me. Things happen and I'm like, I need to think about this forever. And I'm not saying that it's particularly easy to remove things from your internal world that may have plagued you for a long time, but you don't really have to do anything the way that someone else tells you to. You can really choose. You can choose for yourself. I personally like to feel my feelings. I can't function if I don't feel this emotion when it's happening. I don't like to suppress my feelings. I think I have a lot of suppressed anger. And so I do try to release that. for me. I try to release that, through working out or just physical, walking, not punching things or punching people, but not that kind of movement, but, healthy things, non-harmful things, but that's just how I deal with emotions that are fleeting, or maybe they come often from whatever I'm experiencing. But I have to try to understand that I need to change within myself. I don't need to change my appearance. I don't need to buy different clothes. I don't need to start doing my makeup like this or my hair like that or get a haircut or change my name or get a new job or move across the world. I don't have to do, that's not the kind of change I need to do. I need to change my state of mind from this to that. And when I speak on these recordings, I'm also sort of articulating all this to myself too, because sometimes I know this, but I will still stay in a state of mind that I don't want to be in, because I think I can't leave it, because I think that I need to be prepared, because more of this bad thing that I don't like is going to happen to me, and I need to be prepared. I need to brace myself for more attacks, more pain and emotional trauma from X, Y, or Z. And me staying in that state is just creating more of that. And it's a cycle. It's a cycle of this is happening to me. Now I am this. Okay, I am this. And I know that's going to happen to me. So it's just going to keep happening to me. It's a hamster wheel. So I have to actually stop. It can be happening to me and I have to stop. Stop it out here. It's happening out here in this world. I need to stop it out here. Within myself, I am something else. This thing can still keep happening, but I'm still something else. And then eventually this thing will stop happening. And then what I am will be shown to me. But that can't happen unless we change within ourselves. We go from I am unappreciated to I am appreciated. And I'm using just random examples. And I think sometimes it takes you being completely sick of being that thing that you finally find it within yourself to change. Unfortunately, at times that seems to be the case for me. I have to just keep dealing with the same thing over and over to the point where I'm so done with that thing that I'm like, okay, I need to do something about this. I need to do something about this now. I'm not going to keep dealing with this. And I'm simply trying to give you the tool that I have, that I do utilize, that I admit I need to utilize more myself. But it is how we change, and we can't seek answers from the world around us. The answers aren't there. The power is not there. This is all within. We are treasure chests, and people are walking around with gold inside themselves that they will never know is there because they don't have a key to open it. And I want to provide that key for more individual souls to understand that they have the power within themselves to change their entire existence. And you don't need anyone's permission. You don't need anyone's approval of you. You don't need anything from anyone. And I'm going to end that here. And I hope it was helpful. We are the endowers of power.